Hi, welcome to From the Tap, news, views, and brews of the water industry, brought to you by your friends at Camstrup. I'm Travis Smith. I'm here with very special guests, Ramiro Meza of Juarez and Humberto from Hidromedidores in Mexico. Glad to see you gentlemen on the show. A first-time international flavor of From the Tap. Welcome.
Amazing, thank you.
Amazing.
The first thing we do at From the Tap is try beer. And in honor of Mexico, we got Pasa Lager.
Pasa.
Pasa.
What's up? Pasa. Cheers to everyone.
So, I had a chance to visit in Juarez. I thought you guys were doing some really progressive things down there. Excited to see. I think Mexico, scarcity always drives innovation.
That's
so
right.
some of the things you're doing there are exciting to me. I'm curious if you tell the group, though, how you're using some of the AMI system for your utility and what you're doing there in general.
In Mexico, it's very important they use the
AMI network.
network, but because it's the time of the revolution, the commercial system and water utility of Mexico.
Right. What'd you think of the Pasa Lager?
It's good.
Is it a good beer? Yeah.
Good beer.
It's got a little lime taste to it.
Yeah.
Lager.
Kind of lime, yeah.
Yeah, so, Humberto, you guys are a big provider there of data systems and assets. How are you supporting that transformation in Mexico from your business?
Thank you for the question, Travis. I think we do more than water meters in Mexico. We do a transformation in the utilities, in the system. We have installed around 100,000 ultrasonic meters, helping the utilities to transform the way, to improve the way they count the water, they measure the water, but also they reduce the leaks using our meters.
Interesting. Glad to see you're supporting the utilities in those conservations. Ram, so as you guys are deploying your network and getting into this, what are some of the goals you want to achieve with your new data and digital transformation in your utility?
The goals.
Yeah.
And now in Ciudad Juarez, maybe meters. ¿Cuántos tenemos?
Around 25,000.
25,000, and maybe the next step is other 25,000.
Okay.
Maybe.
Are you looking to solve some conservation problems, leak problems, billing problems, data problems, reading problems? What is causing pain today that you hope to improve?
Yeah, the principal problem is the leak, the very big leaks in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you been able to find some of those leaks in the city with your AMI system?
Yeah. Now the new technology, because the leak detector technology is a good technology for the leaks, repair, and identification.
Humberto, what do you see in the leaks and the goals?
As you say before, well, I think one of the goals for Juarez utility, talking about the scarcity, Juarez has 24/7 services, continuous service.
Yeah.
And in Mexico,
That's not that common, right?
Not that common. So I think we are helping them to be more efficient and to continue with this 24/7 service all around.
In Mexico, only 2 or 4 maybe cities, 24 service.
Yeah.
I keep asking for 24/7 beer service, but the wife and producer Penny won't give it to me. I keep trying, but they say I have to work sometimes. But it just doesn't work out. You know?
We need to balance.
Yeah, you gotta have some work and some fun, right? It's a good balance.
Yeah.
Speaking of balance, I want to move off of Pasa onto the Rock Pile Red Lager in honor of the Denver, and so I know you're a big music fan, so big amphitheater out there, Rock Pile Red. Let's give that a little try.
Cheers.
Cheers. I need a Billy Joe music.
What'd you think?
Yes.
Yeah, the flavor is good, very different to this one.
Very different. Very, well, a little bit.
It's more strong. It's more
Stronger.
content. Yeah.
So, as you've gone through the progression of your utility, have you had a lot of challenges around installing the meters and the communication network and the software? How has that gone for you guys?
The network, the communication.
Yeah.
The installation and communication.
Okay, it's a very, very important. It's different work in the now utility, the works, the jobs, because now is technology, improve the technology, the software and very technology. It's different. It's different.
One challenge we have in Chihuahua, in Juarez, is the weather. We have a very extreme weather. When it's very cold, we are around below 0 degrees Celsius, and when it's hot, we are above 40 Celsius degrees. So that's the first challenge. The meter must work on these two extreme weathers. And talking about communication, all the meters are underground, under these boxes. So we have a very good, efficient communication in Juarez. Besides, they are underground, the meters. So, yeah.
Interesting. Have you had any problems with freezing or temperature concerns in the meters?
I think not any problem.
No problem. It's good.
Okay.
Very, very nice. Very good. No problem.
And as you're getting some of this data in, have you changed some of your staffing and who you hire and how you're using that data for the utility?
Well, in our case, we have been studying, about analyzing data, analyzing information, taking advantage of leak detection, and we are preparing for helping utilities in Mexico, including Juarez, to teach his people, his team, in order to get the value we want to get it on the acoustic leak detector. So in our case, we are hiring more technical people in order to understand data and in order to help them in getting more efficient service.
So, you guys are really probably leading the edge of some of the Mexican utilities on progression of technology and conservation. So are you watching other cities around the world of what they're doing and using that technology and bringing that in? How are you adapting to that evolving digital trend?
Okay. I don't know if ¿tienes alguna referencia de otras ciudades que estés utilizando?
En México, de Ciudad Juárez, bueno, so León, Querétaro, maybe 1, 2 cities.
Yeah, I think you guys are near the top of the thing.
Yeah, in the state of Chihuahua is the biggest state in Mexico. Juarez utility is a reference for all the state. And besides Juarez, we have León, Zapal, that also is a very important customer for us. They have around 60,000 meters right now, and they are doing a good transformation. We are talking about digitalization and all that, so I think will be the best reference we have in Mexico.
Now, I know the show is from the tap, and I force you to have some beer, but I know what the passion is, right?
Right?
So we asked producer Penny to bring in some tequila.
Oh, great! Amazing! Thank you, Penny.
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
We are breaking the rules from the top.
Oh,
and getting
well,
some tequila.
There's a saying of no water, no beer. I think it applies to tequila, no water, no tequila, right?
No tequila.
No water, no tequila.
No water, no tequila.
All right, I can smell it from here.
Yeah. So we have first on Don Julio Raspado, I think, yeah.
Salud.
Salud.
Salud. How was it? What is your
It
opinion?
is excellent. You know, you guys are working on my tequila education as we
okay.
progress through this, so I appreciate it. You know, my passion is beer, but I'm learning, right?
One more tequila and you need mariachi here.
I have a no dance policy, but I enjoy music. I don't dance, right? I have a terrible white man's disease of no rhythm. Nobody wants to see me dance or sing, I promise you.
Okay.
So we limit it to water, beer, and tequila at this point.
Okay, that will be okay.
So, what's next for Juarez? What are you doing in the future around data, digital, leak detection? What's next?
The next steps in the Ciudad Juarez is the balance hydric.
The water balance? Yeah.
And digital twin.
Yeah.
In the meter and the control pressure and the leak detection, assessment management, and active control of the leak. The IWA, International Water Association, directrice,
The 4 pilots?
fourth pilot for the IWA, implement in Ciudad Juarez.
Yeah, I think many utilities can use the AMI data to really build a water balance because that's the true tale of what you have to produce, what you're using. It's the true efficiency measure. So glad to see you're working down those things. I think every utility should be doing that. It's a natural fit in coming into those services. So good to see you do that, those type of activities. Producer Penny brought two
not just
tequilas.
one.
Two tequilas. Going to challenge us.
Okay.
I noticed you guys were good at getting the first one down, so I imagine the second one won't be a problem. Producer Penny, what is the second tequila?
Herradura.
Herradura Silver.
It's good.
Herradura Silver.
Herradura Silver. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. Well, one more tequila probably won't kill us.
Tequila. Okay.
Yeah.
Salud.
Salud.
Tequila.
Humberto, what do you see as the future of water and digitalization in Mexico?
Okay. Will be a big challenge. We need to move forward. We know that, and I think the utilities know that. We have a good challenge in getting what they really need and changing their mind, because I think most of them, they don't know what they need. So we need to educate them, and then we need the most difficult thing is to get the budget. you know? So we are talking about how to finance their projects, their digital projects, doing synergies with international banks, development banks, But I think that we are doing this transformation process with the utilities, but also what we are doing is to change the mind of the industrial sector. In this industrial, we have a many
big user of water, right? A big user of water, and you have so much industry in Mexico,
we have
so much.
Large
Yeah.
manufacturers, and they have to use responsibly the water. So we will be there in order to educate and helping them also. So not only utilities, but also the industrial users.
That's pretty forward thinking in the situation, and glad to see you guys are doing that. I hope to watch that progression through the digitalization. Now, what I see is as you get better data and you measure more water, ideally what we want to move is from a place where you're maybe not fiscally or financially sustainable to where you start reducing leaks, measuring more water, and becoming fiscally sustainable. Because I think that's the way to pay for it. Are you seeing that as a possibility in your utility of now we're measuring, we're reducing the leakage, can we get ahead of this going forward? Do you see that?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible with the technology, with the AMI infrastructure, control pressure, assessments management. It's possible.
Yeah, that's a good, really good approach to talk about return on investment. You know?
Yeah. So I think anybody's got to look at the return on investments of assets, the cost of ownership, and make wise decisions because money's not free, right? And so good to, I think you guys are really leading the industry in Mexico down there, Juarez, of those activities. Good to see that, you know. Excited to see where that goes in the future. Am I wrong there? Okay.
You're right. Yeah, that's right.
So we got a little more. We can't leave with tequila on the table, gentlemen.
That's no problem. Salud.
Salud.
Salud. Well, thank you for being a part of From the Tap. I'm glad that you could join us and share some of the Mexican viewpoints, vantage points, news. We don't always get an international. You're our first international guest, so thank you very much.
Thank you for the invitation. We are very glad to be here. And you will see from the top rating just going up with this episode.
Our users might climb from 12 to 13 is what I always say.
The next step in your interest, more tequila.
More tequila. If we had more tequila, we get more viewers, you think?
Yeah.
Penny, I think that's trouble for us, but
We need to try.
I will work on it, gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.